Welcome to the first section of this volume, Know Your Operators. In this section, we'll be looking at various kinds of operators. We'll first look at create operators, then transform operators, filter operators, combine operators, and finally error handling operators. So let's get started. In the first video, we'll look at create operators. In this video, we'll be looking at various operators to create streams. We'll learn the differences between them and understand when to use which one. Like always, I've already added Rx.js to my HTML. We can now start writing some code. So let's switch to Babel. Now first we'll be looking at off operator. The off operator emits the given values immediately and then emits a complete notification. The off operator is fairly simple. We use Rx.observable_off and then pass the values we need. Let's now try to log these values. Now if I run with JS, we can see all the three values being emitted immediately, and finally the done is also being emitted as per our complete function. Next, let's look at the from operator. The from operator can take any iterable like an array or a generator function. It can even take a promise. So let's write some code. So our from stream is equal to rx.observable.from, which takes an iterable. In our case, it's an array. Now if we try to log these values, clear the console, we run with JS, we can see the values 1, 2, 3, 4 being logged and then finally done. But as I said, this can also take a generator. So let's write a generator function. So generator functions are possible functions that will have multiple return values. Instead of return, we use yield in it, and the function is specified by a function star. So here our even function initially starts from 2, and then each time we call it, it adds 2 more to it. Now let's write its iterable. We can make an iterator by simply calling the function. And now let's pass it to the from observer. If I clear the console and run with JS, we can see different values being emitted out. So as I previously mentioned, the from function can also take a promise. So let's write a very simple promise. So our prom is equal to promise.resolve42. Now if I pass this prompt to the from operator, we clear the console and we run with JS, we can see the value 42 and then the function being completed. For promises, instead of from, you can also use from promise, and it would work exactly the same way. Now let's look at some other operators. We can use an empty operator to create an empty stream that only gives a complete function. So if we try to log it, we clear the console and run. As soon as we start the stream, it gets completed and then it logs nothing. Similarly, we can also create a stream called never using the never operator. Let's try to log it. So a never stream never completes or ever emits a value. So if we run it, nothing is happening because it neither produces any value nor it ever completes. Next, let's see the create operator. So the create operator takes a function. The function takes an observer and we pass the values to the observer using the method next. We first pass 1, then we pass 2, we pass 3, and then we pass complete. So now, if I try to console it, clear the console, I run with JS, I can see the values 1, 2, 3, and then finally done. The create operator is really powerful. We can control how we send the data to the observer. We can tell when we want to finish. And this comes in handy a lot. So by now we know enough about create operators.